Psalm 1, verse 3. They are like trees planted by streams of water, which yield their fruit in its season, and their leaves do not wither. In all that they do, they prosper. Friends, the psalmist talks about trees planted by streams of water, how they grow tall where they're supposed to, yield their fruit in season. And man, I aspire to be like those trees. But I'm thinking today that sometimes in my grief, I feel more like some other sort of tree. I'm thinking today about the quaking aspen. Now, this is an adaptable tree. You can find them scattered across North America, from Mexico to Canada, adjusting to the changes in climate by finding the right altitude in each locale. These trees go along to get along. And beautiful, they have this beautiful bark. It even does some special things. It photosynthesizes, something bark doesn't usually do, provides a lot of loveliness. And the leaves, they're this gorgeous gold. The reason it's named a quaking aspen is because of the way the leaves move. They quake. And it's because of those leaves that I sometimes feel in my grief like a quaking aspen. You might too. Might feel like you're walking through your life amongst all of these other trees, and they're doing very tree-like things. They're growing tall, they're being strong, they're very tree-ish, and you're over here quaking away. And this might be you if you, like me, have lost a child. And this might also be you if you have lost the promise of a child. This might be you if you have already signed the papers and brought your child home, introduced your child to your people, settled into a nursery. This might be you if you had only recently begun to think of your child by name. This might be you if your loss was early enough that some days you feel like what you lost was a dream of a child. Well, let me tell you, mothers, that your grief is real. Your grief is real. And fathers, your grief is real. Brothers and sisters, grandparents, aunts and uncles. The grief that you feel is no less real for being a little removed from the physical tragedy of the loss. There may be times when you all, like me, feel like quaking aspens. Let me tell you something about a grove of quaking aspens. The grove of quaking aspens might look like 100 aspens, 200 aspens, but underground, unseen. Those aspens, every one in that grove is connected at the root. Those aspens are one single organism connected to one root system. They can be so vast that an aspen grove in Utah is the largest single organism known to science. So friends, when your grief is isolating you and shaking you to your core, remember that you are not just a quaking aspen. You are joined at the root to all the other quaking aspens in the grove. You are part of one organism. Friends, we are joined at the root of our grief, and we are not alone. We will quake. It is part of our identity now. But we are a grove. It is part of our identity now. Steal a look around. You are joined at the root. We are joined at the root. We belong to each other. We are not alone in our grief. Thanks be for the grove that shelters the quaking aspens. Thanks be for the Creator who knew that it was not good for us to be alone. Amen.